All right, round two, we've got the choice. We'll play first. And yeah, we can keep this. This looks like a nice hand. Got a solid 2-3 drop. We've got all... Oh, we don't have our black source. This hand's still pretty good, I think. The Misfire Weaver in the Highland game can prove to do some work for us. All right, so we'll open it up with a Thornwood Falls and pass. All right, that was actually a really nice draw. So now we've got a solid 2-3-4 turn progression. All right, possibly playing against a Mardu beatdown deck or something. Do I want to stay back? Maybe I want to stay back. I'm trying to think what beating down here does for me. I guess he's just swinging. This gets us some value if the Highland game dies. I'm just going to swing. I don't think he blocks. I mean, if he blocks, he gets punished pretty bad. We gain 2 life. He's, all right, snap blocking. So he loses a life. We gain 2 life. And we get a follow-up. I'd say that's pretty good for us. If he plays a morph, I'm willing to trade my morph for his. A lot of times with these decks, it's nice to just turn off their raid, which makes me kind of happy he blocked there. So it makes me think he doesn't have raid in his deck, or at least in his hand. All right, I think we just tack in. Like I said, I'll continue to turn his raid off if possible. No blocks. Now I'll drop a long shot squad. It's probably a ponyback brigade is my guess. All right, this isn't that big of a deal. Now we just swing for the fences. Black source is going to be necessary at some point. But now that we have the hexproof at our disposal, I'm feeling better. I'm thinking he's just got ponyback brigade. He didn't have to do that. I think it would have been smarter to wait, personally, but oh, there's a throttle. It's kind of nice. Um, I'm trying to think here. What's the best for me? I mean, we can just stay back. I can leave the morph and throttle up. It's probably the best. Let's do that. If he has trumpet blast, I guess I'm in a bit of trouble. I mean, I could attack with long shot squad and hope that he triple blocks. But if he doesn't block, then he can crack back for quite a bit. Well, maybe that doesn't matter. I mean, if he has trumpet blast, I'm in some trouble. We're kind of ahead on the race right now. I think I'm just going to bash for 3. I like the idea of getting rid of his tokens if he blocks here. I like that this can give itself hexproof too. It's kind of helpful. And we can still block our tokens with our morph creature. Yeah, I think this is okay. If he triple blocks, I'll kill his tokens. He's just chumping. Okay. That's pretty tolerable too. Now we just chill out for a little bit. Leave up the throttle, leave up the hexproof. If he tries to kill something, having that hexproof is going to be pretty useful. If he bashes with Ponyback Brigade, we only have to take 2, which I'll accept. Alright, see what his plan is. Alright, so we block a goblin. See if he's got the trumpet blast. If he does, I probably kill the brigade. If he just pumps the goblin, then I guess I kill the goblin. Well, now I just hexproof it, I guess. Trade for a goblin, get rid of his throttle. Yeah, I think that works. So, trade with a goblin, not ideal, but I guess I wasn't expecting to have to unmorph. I mean, I could have throttled his guy, but I'd rather just eat up his throttle and eat one of his tokens, I think. We're actually still winning this race. Slightly. So, we can bash with our long shot squad. I mean, we actually have him on a 4-turn clock, and he doesn't. That's going to be difficult to play. Let's just bash here. I would have liked a Death Frenzy in our sideboard at least, since it's pretty good in a match like this. Alright, well, I guess he's even up on the race now. Oh, that was a good draw. I think we just drop Stalker and then pass. Alright, it's going to be tough to beat. Guess I take 6 here. So yeah, I guess we just throttle it next turn during his combat. I don't quite have lethal yet, do I? If I had 10 mana, I could kill his guy in incremental growth, but I can't. I don't think he can protect his ankle shanker, so we're just going to leave up the throttle for his combat step. Close to lethal, but just not quite there. Alright, no attacks. Cannot kill him yet. So during his combat step, we're going to have to kill the ankle shanker with throttle. Still kind of a tough spot to be in. Oh, I see. Well, with the rare follow-up, I guess we can't win. Yeah, I don't think we can. Well, maybe sacks a token. I don't know. I think we're dead. Yeah. Ankle shanker into butchers. That's pretty tough. I bet my opponent's pretty sad he lost round 1 with ankle shanker and butcher in his deck. I'd be really sad if I had both of those and I lost round 1. So throttle doesn't get me out of this, unfortunately, because ankle shanker's too good. I don't have reach. I can't take a hit from this. I can survive this turn, but I don't think it does anything. Basically, I'm just giving my opponent information, because there's nothing I can draw that actually is going to get me out of this situation. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to lose pretty much everything. I have to throttle his butcher so I don't die. I have to chump, take 2. He's going to be left with 3 creatures. I have no board presence, 1 removal spell. So I'm just going to let the thing kill me. I don't think it's worth showing him. It's not worth showing him information. I mean, I guess I can throttle butcher now. Chump with my squad. Take 2. It actually does work. Alright. So, morph this guy. And then we're going to unmorph during his combat step to bounce the ankle shanker. But then he's going to get him next turn. That's kind of an issue. And both of his other guys are not good, not great bounce targets, admittedly. That's tough. I sort of have to bounce it, though, I feel like. Maybe he replays it right away instead of playing it at haste, and then I can at least kill it, which is pretty useful. My opponent's got a lot of cards in hand, too. Oh, he had another Heart Piercer. Okay. God, my opponent must be really, really sad about losing round one. I would be. I'd be really sad if I lost round one with a deck like that. So what can I do? I guess I don't have anything really earlier that I can play. That's a lie. Let's bring in the Dreadmaw. Let's get some life gain. Let's ditch the incremental growth. It looked pretty bad there. I think I actually just need some... I probably should have been main decking. I probably should have just been playing Dreadmaw. I feel like the life gain's better for us because we've got a pretty good late game plan. Decent one at least. Let's try this again. We'll play first. Yeah, we can keep this. Invocation's not looking that great in this hand, but could get better. That's a pretty good draw. So I think we actually go Abomination here. I mean, you can kill it, but the reason I want to do Abomination is I want to do turn 4 squad and then get my 5th land on turn 5 and unmorph it. So that'll keep me... I've sort of got my next few turns mapped out already, which makes me want to morph this turn. The problem is he's got double Heart Piercer, so there's a chance that if he plays a morph here, he can get raid next turn. But I don't know if I'm going to play around that. I think I might just have to accept. All right, Blazebringer. Ooh, Flock's actually kind of good. Well, now I kind of want to Flock, since I can block the Blazebringer. Yeah, that's pretty good. He can Heart Piercer my Abomination, which kind of sucks, but I'm going to be able to Kin Tree that. Yeah, this is good. This is good for us. So we'll morph this. I assume he wants to attack with the Blazebringer just to get the raid. And then I can unmorph, block it. So basically just, make that card irrelevant. It's going to let him Heart Piercer my guy, like I said, but I think I'm just going to have to accept that. Next turn I can go Invocation Morph too, which is nice. Oh. Well, that works too, I guess. No attacks. Let's unmorph the bird. Now we Invocation. Although I guess I can bash with my Abomination this turn too. Yeah, I don't want to get Heart Piercered. I'm going to do that. And then we'll probably loot. I could potentially find something better than a Highland game, I'm guessing. Ooh, Dreadmaw. Yeah, Dreadmaw might be better than the Highland game. The life gain seems good. Maybe I ditch the Misfire Weaver, though. It's not that it's bad. It's just, I don't know if I need it. It does fly, however. I think I'm just in the market for higher toughness guys. I guess we ditch the Highland game. I mean, doesn't do that much. I feel like Misfire Weaver at least can theoretically bash, which is better. So maybe he pierces it? Is that his plan? Yeah, that's not that harsh. That flock did its job. We didn't get our invocation for as much as I wanted, but I think we're still pretty good. Okay, so I guess I can do Dreadmaw. Let's swing first, see what we draw here. Probably going to ditch one of my long shot squads. Although if I get a 6th land, I can go squad plus invocation, which is pretty good. So if we get a land, I'm probably ditching one of my squads. Maybe the Misfire Weaver, actually. Ice Feather Raven. It's pretty good, too. Let's ditch... Guess we'll ditch our squad. And then I'll play Aven Morph plus Invocation. Yeah, let's do that. And apparently they can't see that it's a foil morph. Only we can. Someone told me that until I flip it up. So I hope they're right. It would definitely be a disadvantage for your opponent to know. If they could see your morph card, that would be so cheap. They would know immediately which one was your foil morph. I guess he could theoretically piercer our morph too, but I still think we block here. Yeah, I think it's an easy block. I think we'd rather block here. He could have another Heart Piercer, but then he has to Heart Piercer our Spirit Warrior to really capitalize on the advantage here. Alright, just to kill the warrior? Yeah, it's alright. It's not that bad for us. Alright, so now we have 6 lands. Let's get in with our Abomination. I probably should have kept that land just in case. But let's go ahead and bash in. Yeah, I guess we can ditch the land. And play the Dreadmaw. Just a nice way to sort of clog up the board. It's going to block well. It's going to gain us life in a pinch. kind of negates active treason in a really nice way, since stealing it doesn't do anything. I just feel like this is a ponyback brigade, which is why I'm not blocking it. Alright. Yeah, it was pretty good for us. So now I think we just morph Misfire Weaver. I can loot here. I could think of better cards that I'd want. And I wouldn't mind getting rid of a land anyway. But the weaker card of these two, I'm not actually sure. Probably the Weaver, maybe? I'm not sure. Alright, get rid of the land. Let's morph this guy. I kind of want to leave both of my morphs up. But I think there's a pretty good argument to just play the squad here. We don't get to keep things up, but it gives us a pretty mighty board presence. And it definitely makes him do some important... I mean, we can kill him next turn now, theoretically. What was the white card he revealed? Oh, Alabaster Kieran. All right. Now he plays the Kieran. All right. I still think we win. I think. Because we get to, yeah. So here's what we do. We get to bounce his blocker with our Aven and unmorph our Weaver, and we'll have lethal. Alright, so unmorph this guy. Bounce Flyer. And then unmorph this guy. Give something hexproof. And that's lethal. Alright, so our opponent's deck is very good. A lot of removal, a lot of cheap threats, a lot of stuff to do with our morph, a lot of ramp, even some flyers. This is going to be a tough match, but that game worked out well. Dreadmaw I still think was pretty nice for us. Like I said, I probably should have just been main decking that, but that's okay. I think we just go to the next game. Yeah, I think we got to keep this. Mostly because if we can get our third land, we can unmorph that and get a 5/5. So we've also got 18 lands. So I feel like I've got a pretty good chance to draw some lands here. Yeah, very good. All right, so we get to go morph flock into invocation or morph flock into long shot squad, something along those lines. That was a pretty good draw. All right, Bloodsucker is actually pretty good. At least I've had some good experiences with it. All right, let's get our flock down. And next turn I'm probably doing the squad. Probably, instead of the invocation. I mean, I can do morph invocation, I guess. but I'm not entirely convinced that's better. It might be. Maybe it is better. I'm not sure. It's tough. Oh. Yeah, I guess I should have been prepared for that since he has at least 2 in the deck. Alright, so I guess we just go squad pass. Yeah, it's going to be a tough card to beat. I think what we have to do is play Morph Guy. Let me think. I have to play Morph Guy plus Outlast. I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to deal with that Butcher, or find a second black source. So I think that's my options right now. But I think I'm going to have to Outlast here. Can you get First Strike too? At least he can't get First Strike. That's good. I may just do the Invocation, actually, instead of the Morph. Because the Invocation can block both of his ground guys, and then that still lets me Outlast, I guess. But I think I'm going to have to Outlast. He's going to get a Mighty Bash in, but I'm not sure I can do much about it. Yeah, the problem here is I can't squad plus Outlast. As much as I'd like to do that in case he's got an answer for our first one. But yeah, I think we have to Outlast this turn. I need a blocker for that Butcher. So I think we go Outlast and then Invocation. Yeah, that's not too terrible. All right. It's a lot of plays. Let's see if we can't get this back in our game here. All right. So I've got the blocker for the flyer. He's going to get some Outlast effects. It's going to be tough to deal with that. I guess I can do Dreadmaw. I can do another squad to get another reach guy. I feel like that's going to be a necessity. I think we need the squad here to buy us some more time, I think. I think the problem is if he has an answer for our reach guy, we're in pretty big trouble. He's out of cards in hand, but he's going to be able to Outlast both of his, or maybe, I guess he can only Outlast one of his guys next turn, so that's not too bad for us. I kind of need the squad right now, mostly because I need more reach. All right, so he's got double Outlast now, which is a bit problematic. It's going to equate to pretty high damage at some point. I don't think he's got great attacks, so yeah. So we have to offer up the trade here. Yep, lose a little bit of life. Bloodsucker's doing its job. Abomination's kind of nice, but I guess we outlast. We're going to take 6 in the air, plus play a Highland game. Then we've got 2 blockers. Can also, well, I guess we do Highland game. Although, the Abomination's actually a pretty reasonable option here. You could swing with team. I could eat it 4-4, take 3, 6, 8, 10. That's pretty rough. Maybe we need the Highland game. I think we probably do the life gain. Alright, well, it was a good top deck. Can't do anything about it. Close match. I'll see you round 3. I mean, we're dead, right? I can't imagine being alive here. I mean, we're just going to lose everything. Yeah, I'm confident that we're dead. Yeah, I mean, I might as well, I guess I block just for the point. There's no reason to continue playing this. I'm just doing it for the draft video, I guess. Well, it's been some close matches. We got to game 3 both times.